The 1992 film Hardball is considered by many a cult classic. I recently saw this for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and after coming back to relook at this again, I will say this is now one of my favorite movies from director John Woo. This one is quite entertaining, not only just because of the action scenes, but the characters and story as well. Speaking of which, this one is about a police inspector and an undercover agent teaming up to stop a triad boss named Johnny Wong and his crew. This is peak Hong Kong cinema. I knew about this film for so many years, and I don't even know why it took me so long to finally get to it, but John Woo, he crafted something special here. I mean, he took the simple premise of basic cops and robbers story and he dialed it up to a 12, which to me makes this a unique piece of cinema and movie history. Sure, the plot isn't the greatest, but there is more enough here that kept me entertained, and this is certainly such a beloved classic by a lot of people out there. Seriously, this outshines most action films I have seen throughout the years because not even 10 minutes into this, there's a shootout scene. The first time I saw it, I was like, already? And my expectations only have grew higher since that scene. Now, Inspector Tequila, he is an interesting character. I think that Chow Yun-fat does such an amazing job in the role. Definitely, I like his portrayal. He's the hero of the story. Losing his partner was tough for him. So when he uncovers that there is a cop that's working with the triad, he's on the job, and he gets mad at his superior Payne. Speaking of which, I thought that Philip Chang does such a good job as well. Interesting that he actually was a police officer for 15 years before he did this role. Not only that though, but I also thought that the chemistry between Tony Leung Chiu-wai and Chow Yun-fat is actually amazing. Both of them work really well together. And Alan, he's a character that is forced to do awful things in order to remain undercover. He's not proud of it. He even straight up says he wants to move to Antarctica when it's all over because at least he could come out of the dark. Which I kind of understand because all that terrible stuff he did, he just wants to have a normal life without dealing with all the drama. Now, Teresa, I like that character. Definitely, she had an important part to play here. I like near the end when she's actually holding one of the babies at the hospital. That she actually shoots the guy when he slaps her just shows how tough she is. And speaking of which, that hospital scene at the end, 30 minutes. It has to be like over 30 minutes, I think, of straight up action fest. That's how I would describe this movie. Especially the character Johnny. When he takes out the competition, I thought that scene was beautifully done as well. Anthony Wong, such a great job in the role. A hero is only as great as the villain, and he is so psychotic. He's straight up a lunatic here. Overtaking the hospital at the end, I'm like, God's going too far. Another character that stood out was Mad Dog. Definitely very skilled. Not even Alan and Inspector Tequila could have stopped him because he's just that damn good. Anyway though, this film still holds up pretty well even more than 30 years later. I like the cinematography. The editing is done really well. Not just that though, I also thought that when you have to zoom in shots of all of the action scenes, it definitely really stands out because director John Woo knew what he was doing. Haven't seen a whole lot of films from him throughout the years, but another favorite of mine is Face Off, which is another classic. At the end of the day, a movie that I have so much love for, I'm looking forward to looking at it again because I could watch this several more times and never get tired of it whatsoever. I'm giving this film a 9 out of 10. Now, this did get a sequel in the video game Stranglehold. I personally never played it, but I have heard great things about it. So maybe eventually I'll get around to checking that out. Anyway, this is a cult classic. Its legacy speaks for itself. And even more than 3 decades later, a lot of people would agree that this is high quality cinema when it comes to action movies. And that's my review of Hard Boiled. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.